We now interrupt your regularly scheduled program.
I am the chefadent of the United States.
America, the chefadent is now going into beast mode.
Let's go, chef.
Welcome to South Kakalaki, folks. Down south, we have several methods of catching our food. One is from the water. One is from the land, whether it's fields or gardens. Cuckoo! And one is from the wild, where you actually got to get out there and hunt your food. The last resort is the grocery store if you're like me and not good at any of those things. TA Food Attainment in the building.
Sing along. Hit it.
It's the Carolina Cook, the Carolina Cook, and the Carolinas, rock and roll to the roll, the rock. Said I'm cooking in the kitchen and just don't stop. Rock and roll to the roll, the rock. Said I'm cooking in the kitchen, just don't stop. Cooking is my specialty. Getting dirty in the kitchen like ODB. Let's go, these groceries in the delicacies. The Carolina Cook got the recipes.
What's up, everybody? Chef Anthony Albritton here. The Carolina Cook. Cooking, tasting, and eating the Carolinas. Welcome to the Carolina Cook Show, where I be cooking that Southern playalistic food. All right, y'all, in this episode, I'm going to whip up something quick and easy. Something for the kids. No, this got seafood in it, so this something for your boo. This something for you or something for your boo. I haven't really heard the word boo in a long time. Is the word boo still a thing? Because, you know, I'm like a hermit. I live my life in a shell, kind of like away from the world. So you know, I'm not really out and about like that. So I don't know if the word boo is still in rotation out there. Y'all let me know in the comments if it is. I can't say it's necessarily for the kids because it's got some seafood in it. All right. And, you know, sometimes kids like to pick over their food and stuff like that. They don't understand how expensive seafood is. So it's for you or your boo. So in this episode, I will be cooking up some loaded seafood fries. A guilty pleasure that I cook every now and then. Southern playalistic cooking, once you get on it, you can't get off it. So get your vegetable oil, smoked salmon, shrimp, crinkle cut fries. My favorite type of fries, hands down. Get yourself some cheese, whatever cheese you want to use. Get yourself some heavy whipping cream and some fresh chives. It's about fresh as they're gonna get. And I got a nice can of crab meat here, the little cheap kind. So if you want to go ahead and get some crab legs, because the price of crab legs have gone through the roof. So if you want to ball some crab legs, pull the meat out of that or whatever, or get a more expensive can of crab meat, that's on you. And get some garlic cloves. Get your Goya all-purpose seasoning. And I got a little something here that y'all don't have. Chef Albritton seafood seasoning. I haven't used any of this in a while. You know, once I blow up, then I'll start promoting this. So once my views start going up and the channel start growing, I'll start pushing this and you'll get to know what it tastes like one day. I'm going to be using some Old Bay. Get your Old Bay. Get your garlic powder. Get your smoked paprika. Get your butter. Get your onion powder. And come with me. Take a trip. I feel like a kid again impersonating an airplane. Inside of my mind. And see how I did it. Let's go, chef. Okay, y'all, I'm going to be back with y'all in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and go get this shrimp cleaned up so we can get started, okay? Let's go, chef. A little discipline when it comes to this shrimp. because you got to peel it, then you got to pat the shrimp dry. You don't want to add wet shrimp to your pan because it's going to release a lot of moisture and mess up the blackening, sauteing, or crisping process that you're going for. Let's go, chef! Y'all, my shrimp is clean. Now we can proceed. Let's go, chef!
This is easy prep work right here, light prep work. All we doing is chopping up some garlic and some chives. That's it. I will be using the chives to garnish my fries in the end. All right, y'all, every time I make this dish, I do it differently because you can pretty much add whatever seafood you want. There's no limit. So this time I'm adding some smoked salmon that I'm going to crumble up over the fries later. Okay, now let's add our shrimp to a bowl so we can go ahead and get it nice and seasoned. Use your seasoning of choice. All right, I didn't even have any particular seasoning in mind before this video. All right, we're going to start with that Old Bay. Some people think that Old Bay is just to be used on seafood, but you can season chicken and everything with this. Now, you see the color on that shrimp, right? If your shrimp still looking white, don't have no color on it like this, you need to try again. All right, we want this nice and seasoned. All right, now I'm going to hit it with that Adobo all-purpose seasoning, that Goya. Hit it with that Goya. Let me show ya. All right, now I'm going to hit it with some onion powder. All right, now you want to hit it with that garlic powder. I know y'all see that big lump in my garlic powder right there. Yeah, it's been sitting up for a minute. And for some nice color, when I pan-sear this shrimp, I'm going to add some smoked paprika. Pass me the paprika. Now, when you say pass me the paprika, don't spit in nobody's face when you say it. Now, let's go ahead and anoint this shrimp with some vegetable oil. All right, that oil is going to act as a binder to make the seasoning stick to the shrimp, and it's also going to keep the shrimp from sticking to the pan when I add it to the pan to begin searing it. Now, I'm going to let that shrimp sit there, marinate for a few, and we're going to go ahead and get started on our saute by warming our grease up. I'm so country, I be saying grease. I meant warming up my cooking oil. All right, so I'm going to add some cooking oil to the skillet. Then I'm going to go ahead and saute this shrimp for about 2 minutes on each side. The goal is to get a nice blackened shrimp. 2 and flip, and 2 and remove. All right, so once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and remove the shrimp from the pan. All right, while I was cleaning the shrimp, I accidentally pulled the tail off of one of them. So I'm going to do a taste test on that one. Niceness. All right, next up, we're going to take that goodness that the shrimp left behind, and this is what I'm going to start my cheese sauce with. So I'm going to add some butter. Then I'm going to start a saute on some garlic. All right, the goal is to saute this garlic until the aroma start to release. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my Chef All-Britain Seafood Seasoning Blend. At this point, y'all use what you got. And then I'm going to add my heavy whipping cream. Now I'm going to hit it with some all-purpose seasoning, the Goya all-purpose seasoning, onion powder, and garlic powder. Okay, now let's go ahead and bring this to a simmer. Once we bring it to a simmer, I'm going to go ahead and add my cheese. You can add your cheese of choice. All right. Now, once you add that cheese, you want to reduce that heat. And what I'm going to do is just bring it to a low simmer and let that cheese sauce continue to reduce and thicken. So I'm going to leave this sauce on a low heat, let it reduce and thicken, periodically stirring it to prevent a thick film from forming on top of the sauce. You want to keep that sauce loose and creamy. If your sauce is too thin, add more cheese. If it's too thick, add more cream. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump on these fries. One quick method to see whether your oil is ready is to put one fry in there. Once they start frying up, you know it's time to go ahead and add some more fries. Now, these are some crinkle cut fries that are batter dipped, so they're going to be extra crispy. All right, so with fries, to get a crispy fry, You want to fry them one time, remove them from the grease, from the oil. Excuse my countryness. I keep saying grease. Remove them from the oil, and that way they're not getting soggy. Then you dip them again and fry them for the second time and get that nice crisp on them. And it's just that simple, that easy, and your fries are done. Okay, y'all, the time has almost come. We are coming into fruition here. Well, it is coming into fruition here. All right. So I'm going to have to build this plate. And the reason I'm building this plate is so that y'all can see the process of how I layer these fries. All right. So I'm going to start by putting the fries on the plate. Then I'm going to add my canned crab meat, white crab meat. Now, normally I would buy more expensive cans of crab where you actually have large portions of crab leg meat in the can. But when I want to skimp or whatever, I buy, the white crab meat. So with this, you have to squeeze the liquid out of the meat before adding it to the fries. Now, next up, this is something new that I'm trying with my fries this time. Every time I cook these fries, it's a little different because it's so versatile. There's no limit to the seafood you can put on these fries and load these fries with. So I'm going to add some smoked salmon. I thought that would give it an interesting taste this time. If you ever made gravlax before, where you cure the salmon with salt and you let the salt cook the salmon, smoked salmon just about has that same flavor, like a smoky, salty flavor. So that's what it's going to add to the flavor profile of this dish. All right, next up, I'm going to add my pan-seared or blackened shrimp. And I'm going to reserve some of that shrimp to top the fries with after I pour cheese all over this right here. So first, I'm going to top it with some shredded cheddar cheese, and I'm going to melt that cheese on top. Now, the whole entire time, my cheese sauce has been on a low simmer so that it could thicken, so it could reduce and thicken. So as you can see, the sauce has thickened. All right. So now I'm going to pour that over the melted, shredded cheddar cheese. And just to jazz and pizzazz it up a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and garnish it with the fresh chopped chives. All right, and as I said, I'm going to go ahead and garnish this with the reserved shrimp. All right. You don't want all of the shrimp covered with cheese. You want some presentation going on. So I'm going to top it with some of those shrimp. Then I'm going to garnish it with some more chives. It's like putting a star on top of the Christmas tree for those of you who do that. And there you have it. Loaded seafood fries, shrimp, smoked salmon, and crab meat. Let's go, chef.
Cooking is my specialty. Getting dirty in the kitchen like ODB. Turning these groceries into delicacies. The Carolina cook got the recipe. The Carolina cook got the recipe. The Carolina cook got the recipes. I've done this dish several times before. This time right here topped every other time I did it. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, share the love, and subscribe to get me into the rhythm of the algorithm. Liketh, shareth thou the love, and subscribeth unto my channel.
Watch for the hook.
And smiteth that notification button. Thank ya. Y'all just chill to the next episode. And remember that we live in a society where when you become somebody, people either want to dig up your past or you yourself want to hide your past. But if it was not for your past mistakes, your past spazzing outs, your past situations or whatever, your right now would not shine as bright.
You were not always mindful of the things that you did, But now that you're on another level, you are mindful of the things that you do, and the people who like to try to cripple you with your past are only doing so because you're looking good now.
Let's go, chef.